The reason why you're not getting a scholarship is because you are not applying the 80-20% rule in your scholarship applications. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what the 80-20% rule is, and as I go through the video, you are going to be thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, because it's going to give you a mind shift on your approach to scholarship applications, and you're going to be understanding why the applications that you have been submitting have been getting tons of rejections. And also, by the end of the video, if you practice everything that I teach you in this video, you are going to move your scholarship applications from mediocre to extremely competitive. And that is what we are going for, right? The idea is that we want to submit competitive applications such that we have a good chance of being selected. The 80% rule is also called the Pareto Principle. And the idea behind this principle is that there is an uneven distribution in the input versus the output. Like sometimes you have smaller inputs that are targeted leads to huge outcomes. Like the small things that you do, as long as it is prioritized and it is targeted, it is going to lead to maximum outcome. This is applied in so many parts of life. For example, in business, there is the belief that 20% of the customers result to 80% of the profits in the business. It is the same thing in personal development, that if you spend 20% of your time on various targeted tasks, it can lead to 80% of your personal development. Same thing in fitness, same thing in so many parts of life. So now you think about it and you bring it back to your scholarship application. How does that apply? I'm going to be explaining it. But this principle can only be applied when you think about the importance of prioritization. You need to prioritize what is it in that 80%, 20% rule. What is it that I have to focus on the most that is going to lead to the biggest reward? So that is what I'm going to be explaining to you in this video. By the way, I have prepared a free worksheet to guide you throughout this entire process such that you do not feel lost, and just keep watching the video. I'm going to inform you where you can get this worksheet. So recently on LinkedIn and on X, I asked you all to send me information. It was a survey that you all should fill out the surveys and let me know what is the one most important struggle that you are facing towards your scholarship applications. I did this like a couple of days ago. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn and on X, please do well to go follow me there. And you all sent your replies, and I was really interested when I saw the replies, because around 70% of you said that you were having issues with your CVs, with your SOPs, with your recommendation letter. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, nobody's talking about the scholarships themselves and their process of sort of diagnosing a particular scholarship. And I'm like, yes, that is the reason why we are having so many scholarship rejections. So I'm going to explain the 80-20% rule when it comes to scholarships. Okay, so let's talk about the process, right? So here is scholarship application, right? And remember, we are trying to figure out how we are going to implement the 20-80% rule. So here we have 20% and here we have 80%. And because this is 20, we're going to make this part very small, and then 80%. And here on this part, we are talking about the scholarship is the most important part of this rule. So what you're doing is you're focusing your energy on the scholarship, and you're answering the 5 WH questions about the scholarship. So you're asking the what, the who, the why, the where, and the how. These are the questions about the scholarship that you have to take your time and answer. What is the scholarship about? You can do some background research. Who, this is extremely important because this is divided into two parts. Who has to do with the scholarship provider. Who is giving the scholarship? Is it a university? Is it a foundation? And then who are they searching for? Who is the ideal candidate for the scholarship? Then now you have the why. This is extremely important because you have to understand, why are they giving this scholarship? What is the purpose of this? What country are you going to study? what application documents do you have to submit, and all of those things. By the way, if this is helping you, I would like you to help me by hitting that like icon, and also if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe. So now let's look at how does this apply to the 80% rule. When you're thinking about scholarships, you have, for example, the static, let's say the static things that you have to submit, and the dynamic things that you have to submit. Static, you have things like your transcripts. Those cannot change. It's based on your results in school. Your certificates, they cannot change based on your results in school. And then you have things like your test scores. These do not change. It's based on your results in school. So this, we are going to take out the static aspects, and then we are going to look at the dynamic aspects of your scholarship application. And this changes. The reason why it's dynamic is because it changes from one scholarship to the next. You have your SOP, you have your CV, and you have your recommendation letters. And I'm going to show you why this is extremely important, because when you answer these questions, it all determines how everything here is going to function. When you know what the scholarship is, who the scholarship provider is, it influences how you are going to approach your SOP. Why are they providing the scholarship? When you have that answer, it influences the things you're going to include in your SOP. If they are looking for, let's say, community leaders, you have to talk about the times that you did community service. And then now let's look at your CV. Also, I work with students one-on-one from the start till the end of their scholarship applications. So if you want to work with me, there is a link in the description box. Click it and it's going to tell you how to sign up. Answering the what is going to influence what information you put in here, because as I said, if they are looking for community leaders, you should make sure you have some community service time here. Who is the ideal candidate they are looking for? You can now show on your CV how much of an ideal candidate you are. Also, understanding who the scholarship provider is gives you information to include in your CV. Why are they providing the scholarship? All of these influences here. I was talking about community leadership before. For example, it also influences recommendation letters, because if they are looking for community leaders and you had worked with somebody before who knows you as somebody who has done community service, this is the person that you have to speak to ask for your recommendation letter, because this person has a good idea of the time when you did your community leadership. So you see that if you're able to answer all of the questions about the what, who, why, where, how about the scholarship, it influences everything in your scholarship application. That is why this is extremely important. And if you do not do this first and you're going ahead to write an SOP, a CV, a recommendation letter, you're practically flying blind. So sort this out first and everything else is going to fall into place. As promised, the free worksheet has all of these prompts and all of the questions. Take your time, go through it. The link is in the description box. Click on it, go and download it, and then you can use it to diagnose any scholarship before you go ahead to even think about submitting your applications for it. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, let me know in the comment section. I'm going to see you all in the next one. Bye.